Welcome, sir. My name is G. Vishwakumar. My seminar topic is cryptocurrency.
Okay.
These are the contents which I am going to cover today.
Okay.
Actually, what is cryptocurrency? A cryptocurrency is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange using cryptography. Means crypto means hidden or secret, we can say. Means the digital currency means it is more secure. Conventional versus digital currency. Conventional means our currency, like Indian rupees. Digital currency means cryptocurrency. Type: conventional currency is real, cryptocurrency is virtual. Intermediate: yes, cryptocurrency no. Intermediate: yes means in our currency, intermediate means banks, but in cryptocurrency it is peer to peer. Portability: yes, except to heavy cash. If we have heavy cash in our bank, we can't take it to another places that easily. But cryptocurrency is highly portable, durable, moderate. Cryptocurrency highly durable. Acceptance: our currency is accepted national only. Cryptocurrency means it is worldwide. Globally, we can send or receive transactions through the internet. Secure: conventional currency is moderate. Cryptocurrency is highly secure. Scarce: conventional is low and cryptocurrency is high. Sovereign: conventional is yes, cryptocurrency is no. Decentralized: no. Central bank control will be there in conventional currency. In cryptocurrency, it is decentralized. Smart: why we use cryptocurrency? It is fast, safe, and cheap, and ease of use, and highly portable. Transparent and neutral. Decentralized nature is we can see in cryptocurrency. Active involvement of users. Fewer risks for merchants. Freedom to transact. Low inflation and collapse risk. Risk while using the cryptocurrency. Hackers. Cryptocurrencies are targets for highly sophisticated hackers. Uh, we cannot easily hack these cryptocurrency transactions because they are peer to peer, and they uses the technology called blockchain, which is not hackable. Fewer protections. If you trust someone else to hold your cryptocurrency and something goes wrong, that company may not offer you the kind help you expect from a bank or debit or credit. This risk in cryptocurrency is fewer protection. Means if we use Indian currency, if anything happens like we withdraw from the ATM and the money won't come, then we can reach to the bank. But in cryptocurrency, there is no centralized cost. Cryptocurrencies can cost consumers much more to use than credit cards or even regular cash. Scams. Fraudsters are taking advantage of the hype surrounding virtual currencies to cheat people with fake opportunities. Lack of transparency. The anonymous nature of cryptocurrencies make transparency and accountability difficult. Types of cryptocurrencies. There are many types of cryptocurrencies in the market. Some of them are Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Peercoin, Namercoin. But in all this, Bitcoin is more accurate. Example: Bitcoin. Both cryptocurrency and electronic payment system. Bitcoin is invented by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008. His identity is unknown till today. First decentralized payment network. System is peer-to-peer. 21 million Bitcoins are there in the world now. Completely open source. One Bitcoin equals to $67,493, which is in if you convert into Indian rupees, it is approximately 43 lakhs. Bitcoin technology: mining, blockchain, Bitcoin wallets. For example, here Nova wants to share 10 BTC with Jenny. First of all, transaction data shared with Bitcoin users from the memory pool. Miner complete the transaction using proof of the work. In Bitcoin, it is not like if we send directly received by the receiver. There is some process where miners will compete with the transaction using proof of work. They will mine the Bitcoin. Then the miner applies some algorithms to mine the bitcoins. Then now the bitcoin associated with the transaction is received by Eva. Then the bitcoin which is mined by the miners is received by Jenny. Then at the same time, the miner who solves the puzzle get a reward of 12.5 BTC. Nova sending 10 BTC, the miner will get 12.5. If maximum nodes grant their approval, the block becomes void and it is added to the blockchain. Then the transaction will be added to the blockchain. It is like a database. This is how blockchain works. A transaction is requested, a block that represents the transaction will be created. The block is sent to every node in the network. Then fourth is nodes validate the transaction. Node receives a reward for the proof of work. The block is added to the existing blockchain. Then the transaction will be completed. This is the Bitcoin transaction life cycle. Here, Rob opens a Bitcoin wallet, scans or copies someone's address, then fills the amount and the fee and sends. This is the up to the user part. Then machine part. The wallet signs the transaction using Rob's private key. The transaction is propagated and validated by the network nodes. Then miners mine the bitcoins. After that, miner who solves the proof work propagates new block to the network. The nodes verify the result and propagate the block. Then the receiver sees the first confirmation. Conclusion: cryptocurrency is an impressive technical achievement, but it remains a monetary experiment because most of us don't know about these cryptocurrencies, and in villages also nobody knows about this digital cryptocurrencies. Even if cryptocurrencies survive, they may not fully displace flat fiat currencies. As I have tried to show in this presentation, they provide an interesting new perspective from which to view economic questions surrounding currency governance. The characteristics of money, the political economy of financial intermediaries, and the nature of currency competition. Recently, also Modi also suggested that Bitcoin will ruin the youngers' mind. This is my conclusion. Thank you, sir.